Hi, good afternoon, students. Welcome to our online classes. In the previous class, we were discussing about second chapter history, that is medieval India and political transition. In that we have discussed about Ghulam dynasty or slave dynasty. Okay. Now in this class, we are going to discuss about Khilji dynasty. Okay. In the Delhi Sultan's first slave dynasty or Ghulam dynasty. Second, Khilji dynasty. Okay. See about this Khilji dynasty. This dynasty ruled Delhi from 1290 Christ era to 1320 Christ era. Okay. It means total 30 years this dynasty ruled Delhi. Okay, from 1200 ruled Delhi. Okay, who were ruled in this dynasty and who was the founder of this Khilji dynasty? Everything now we will discuss. Okay, see, Jalaluddin established Khilji dynasty. Okay. Who was the Khilji dynasty? Jalaluddin. Okay, who was the founder? Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. It's very important one. Who was the founder? Jalaluddin Khilji. Next, how he was? He was a man of mercy and soft spoken. How was Jalaluddin Khilji? Who was Jalaluddin Khilji? He was the founder of Khilji dynasty. And how he was? He was a man of mercy and soft spoken. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. He was a man of mercy and soft spoken. As a result, his sardars or lieutenants became strong and plotted to kill him. See, Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. He was a man of mercy and soft spoken. So that's why here his sardars or lieutenants plotted or planned to kill him or murder him. See how people utilize a man like that, a soft spoken and man of mercy. Okay. So here the sardars or lieutenants only planned him to murder. Later, Alauddin killed him and became the Sultan of Delhi. Okay. Who killed to Jalaluddin? Alauddin. Okay. Alauddin or Alauddin. Oh. Jalaluddin Khilji or Jalaluddin was the founder of Khilji dynasty. He was a man of mercy and soft spoken. Due to that, his lieutenants or sardars plotted or planned to murder him or kill him. Later, among that lieutenants or sardars, Alauddin killed him and became the ruler of Delhi. Okay, who became the Sultan of Delhi? Alauddin or Alauddin. See about Alauddin. Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji. Who was Alauddin Khilji and how he killed to Jalaluddin Khilji and why, everything we will discuss now. See about Alauddin Khilji. He grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin during his childhood days. Who was Alauddin Khilji? He grew up under the protection of Alauddin Khilji during his childhood days. Okay, Jalaluddin Khilji only provided shelter to Alauddin Khilji, but later this Alauddin Khilji only killed to Jalaluddin Khilji. He was a good warrior and served as the governor and also as the military general. See about Alauddin Khilji. He grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji. When he was grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji during the childhood days, during his childhood days, and he was a good warrior and served as the governor general and also military general. Okay, Alauddin Khilji was a good warrior and also he served as the military general. He was a good warrior and served as the governor general and military general also. Okay, Alauddin Khilji grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji during his childhood days. He was a good warrior and as he served as the governor general and military general. He served as the governor and also military general. As the military general, he invaded Malwa, Bilwa, and Devagiri and plundered a lot of wealth. Being as a military general, what are the achievements of this Alauddin Khilji? So, being as a military general, he invaded Malwa, Bilwa, and Devagiri and plundered a lot of wealth. Okay, being as a military general, Alauddin Khilji invaded on Malwa, Bilwa, Devagiri, and plundered a lot of wealth from that place. He killed his guide and mentor Jalaluddin. See, after becoming at the initial beginning time only I told you, Jalaluddin, this Alauddin was a great warrior. Okay, he grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji during his childhood days, and he was a good warrior and served as the military general and governor. Okay, he served general. He invaded on Malwa, Bilwa, and Devagiri, and he looted a lot of wealth from that place. Later, financially became strong, and he killed his guide and mentor Jalaluddin. Alauddin killed his guide and mentor Jalaluddin and he ascended the throne and he became the Sultan of Delhi. Thus, by trading the path of Alauddin became Sultan of Delhi. How he became the Sultan of Delhi? By following the path of murder and plunder. Okay, by following the path of murder and plunder, Alauddin became the Sultan of Delhi. Alauddin thwarted or prevent the attacks of Mongolians. It is very important. It's very important. Alauddin thwarted or prevented the attacks of Mongolians. These Mongolians continuously, so their attacks continued. So that's why, being as the Sultan of Delhi, first he tried to control the attacks of Mongolians. He defeated the Rajput king Karnadeva, second of Waghela dynasty. Being as the ruler of Delhi or Sultan of Delhi, Alauddin tried to control the attacks of Mongolians. Okay, Alauddin prevented the attacks of Mongolians. Second point, he defeated Rajput king Karnadeva, second of Waghela dynasty. Next, Amiradeva of Ranthambore and Bhim Singh of Chittu. These are the some achievements of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, he prevented the attacks of Mongolians. First point. Second point, he defeated the Rajput king Karnadeva, second of Vakyala dynasty. Third point, Amir Deva of Ranthambore and Bhim Singh of Chittor. These are the some achievements of Alauddin Khilji. Next, apart from this, he conquered Malwa, Jalor, Bundi, Mandor, and Tonk. These are the places he conquered. Okay, he not only defeated the ruler of Booth, Karnadeva II of Waghela dynasty, and Hamir Deva of Ranthambore, and Bhim Singh of Chittor, but also he conquered many places. Among them, there is Malwa, Chalor, Bundi, Mandor, and Tong are important ones. Okay. These are the some important points of Alauddin Khilji, being as the Sultan of Delhi. He made these achievements. Okay. What are the achievements of Alauddin Khilji means you write these parts. Okay. By killing his guide and mentor Jalaluddin Khilji, he ascended the throne and he became the Sultan of Delhi. Being as the Sultan of Delhi, he prevented or thwarted the he defeated the Rajput ruler Karnadeva second of Waghela dynasty. Second, third point, he defeated Hamir Deva of Ranthambore and Bhim Singh of Chittor, etc. And also he conquered some places like this Malwa, Jalor, Bundi, Mandor, and Tonk. Okay. Next, the honor of successful completion of this southern India invasion goes to his general Malik Kapoor, who was the military general of Alauddin Khilji. Malik Kapoor was Malik Kapoor was Malik Kapoor. Okay. He was the military general of Alauddin. Honor of successful completion of southern India invasion goes to military general Malik Kapoor. During his time, he invaded Devagiri, Warangal, Dwarasamudra, and Madurai, and became responsible for their destruction. Why the honor of successful completion of southern India goes to his military general Malik Kapoor? Because he as the military general, he invaded on Devagiri, Warangal, Dwarasamudra, and Madurai and became responsible for that destruction. He did not integrate the conquered state into his state, but simply plundered them. In which places he conquered, or in which places he won the wars, or he defeated other rulers, that places he did not merged into their kingdom. Just instead of that, just he plundered that places. Okay, he looted that places. After him, his third son, Qutbuddin Mubarak, ruled for 4 years and was murdered by his soldier Khusro. Okay. After Jalaluddin, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak ruled for 4 years. Okay. I am saying about this Khilji dynasty. After Alauddin Khilji, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak ruled 4 years, but he was murdered by his soldier Khusro. Okay, first see Jalal, who was the founder of this Khilji dynasty? Jalaluddin Khilji. Okay, Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder. He was a man of mercy and soft spoken. So due to that, his lieutenant Sardars only prompted him to murder. Finally, Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji killed Jalaluddin and he became the Sultan of Delhi. Okay, Alauddin killed his guide and mentor Jalaluddin and he became the ruler of Delhi or became the Sultan of Delhi. After Alauddin Khilji, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak ruled for 4 years, but he was murdered by his soldier Khusro. Okay. Later, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq murdered Khusro and established Tughlaq dynasty. See, here Jalaluddin founded this Khilji dynasty, but he was a man of mercy and soft spoken. Due to that, Alauddin killed him and became the Sultan of Delhi. Next, after Alauddin Khilji, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak ruled for 4 years, but this Qutbuddin Mubarak also killed by his own soldier Khusro. Next, Khusro ruled Delhi for a few years. Later, he also killed by this Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay, with that, Khilji dynasty ended. Okay, Khusro also killed by Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay, with that, Khilji dynasty ended. Who killed Khusro, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq? Okay, see here. Jalaluddin Khilji, he was the founder of Khilji dynasty, but he was killed by Alauddin Khilji. And after his death, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak became the Sultan of Delhi, but he ruled only for 4 years, and he was murdered by his own soldier Khusro. Okay. Next, Khusro became the ruler of Delhi, but he was murdered by or killed by Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. With that, Khilji dynasty, and this is about the Khilji dynasty. Next, administrative reforms of this Khilji dynasty. See that Alauddin Khilji implemented various reforms in the administration. Here in Khilji dynasty, totally this Alauddin Khilji was very important because he was a good administrator and ruler. Okay, so about him only here given. See, Alauddin administrative reforms of Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji implemented various reforms in the administration. He abolished religious endowments. See, what are the administrative reforms of Alauddin Khilji means you write all these points. They are first point. He abolished religious endowments. Okay, endowments means donations. Okay, he abolished religious donations. Second point, inams or gifts. Inams, gift or lands. Inams means gift, lands and subsidy. Okay, being as the Sultan of Delhi, Alauddin abolished religious endowments or religious donations, inams or gifts, lands and subsidy. First point. Second one, an efficient intelligence network. An efficient intelligence network was established by him. First, he abolished religious endowments, inams or gifts, lands and subsidy. Second point, an efficient intelligence network established by him. Third point, he prohibited alcohol, drugs, and die games. It's very third point. Okay. He prohibited. Prohibited means banned. Okay. He prohibited alcohol, drugs, day games, etc. Fourth point, he banned association formation among his sardars. He banned forming of associations of his sardars or lieutenants. Okay. He prohibited alcohol, drugs, and day games. Next, he banned association formation among his sardars or lieutenants. Next, their association with the general public and marriage among elite class of people. He banned association farming among his sardars. Their associations with the general public and marriage among elite class of people. Next, during this time, the farmers with minor land holdings and also the big landlords had to pay taxes. It means during this time, small farmers and landlords has to pay same amount of tax. So that's why it became burden to small farmers. He appointed revenue officials to collect the fixed taxes from the farmers. Okay. Alauddin appointed revenue officers in order to collect a fixed amount of land taxes from the farmers. Because during this time, now only I told, small farmers and landlords has to pay same amount of tax. Okay, with that it became tax burden to small farmers. These are the some administrative reforms of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, it's very important. Here, four points you should keep in your mind. Okay, being as the Alauddin Khilji, being as the ruler of Delhi, or being as the Sultan of Delhi, first what he done? He abolished religious endowments or religious donations, inams or gifts, lands, and subsidies. Next, an efficient intelligent network was established. Second point. Third point, he prohibited alcohol, drugs, and dye games. Fourth point, he banned association forming among his sardars and their socialization with the general public and marriage among elite class of people. Okay. And during his time, he fixed a same amount of land tax to small farmers and landlords. Okay. And he appointed revenue officials to collect fixed amount of tax from the farmers. Okay. He specially appointed revenue officers in order to collect land tax, fixed amount of land taxes from the farmers. These are the some administrative reforms of Alauddin Khilji. Next, military reforms. The task of recruiting, training of soldiers and supply of arms and horses were entrusted to the defense minister. Now, how we have a separate defense minister like that, during his rule only, he had a separate or he appointed separate defense minister. Okay, why Alauddin Khilji appointed defense minister? Okay, the task for managing the task of recruiting, training of soldiers. See why I'm saying why Alauddin Khilji appointed a defense minister. Okay, answer is for the managing of task of recruiting, training of soldiers, and the supply of arms and horses were entrusted to the defense minister. Okay, for this purpose, he appointed defense minister. Next, The salary of the soldier was disbursed on the last day of the month in the form of cash. Okay. The salary of the soldiers was disbursed on the last day of the month in the form of cash. In that month only, on last date of the month, they credited salary to soldiers. Okay, these are the military reforms. Okay, first he appointed a defense minister for the managing of task of recruiting, training of soldiers, and the supply of arms and horses to the soldiers. For that purpose, he appointed defense minister. Second point, the salary of the soldier was disbursed on the last day of the month. Okay, in the form of cash. Next, the individual records of soldiers were created based on their physical features. Okay, these are the military reforms I am saying. The individual records of soldiers were created on their physical features. Next, a system of records named as Hulia was brought into effect for this purpose. It's very important. Why the system of recording? Why the system of recording? Why the system of records named Hulia was brought into effect? Okay, how the question may becomes, why the system of records named as Hulia was brought into effect? Okay, why he brought into effect? Why that system brought into effect? In order to record the, in order to maintain the individual records. Okay, in order to manage the individual records, whose soldiers. Okay, in order to manage the individual records of soldiers based on their physical features, a system of records named as Ulia was brought into effect. Okay, why Alauddin Khilji introduced a new system called Ulia. Okay, in order to manage the individual records of soldiers based on their physical features, Alauddin Khilji introduced a new system called Hulia. Okay, a system of record soldier, a system named as Hulia. Okay, the process of stamping the horses called as dhab. Here are these two are two terms. Hulia. Hulia means it is a system of recording individual soldiers. It is a system of recording about individual soldiers based on their physical features. Okay, it is a system of recording about individual soldiers based on their physical features. That is called as Hulia. Next, one more term came here. That is Thar. Okay, Thar means the system of stamping to the horses. Okay, what is thou? A system of the process of stamping the horses. The process of stamping the horses was called as dhak. Okay, the system of the process of stamping the horses was called as dhak. If any soldiers had any crosses with his salary or entitlements, he could have directly complained to the Sultan himself. If any soldier, it means if any soldiers not happy with their salary or bonuses or with bonuses or with some other facilities on that time, directly he would he has to talk with sultan. Okay, when any soldier he was unhappy with his salary or if he not getting any other facilities means at the time he has to talk with sultan or ruler. These are the some military reforms of Alauddin Khilji. The last point, market reforms of Alauddin Khilji. The reforms in the market that were implemented by Alauddin Khilji have ensured him a special place in the history because for the first time Alauddin Khilji, which Delhi Sultan brought market reforms for the first time in Indian history. Question maybe arises like this, okay? Which Delhi Sultan brought market reforms for the first time in Indian history. Okay, which Delhi Sultan Alauddin Khilji from Khilji dynasty. Okay, Alauddin Khilji from Khilji dynasty he brought or introduced market reforms for the first time in Indian history. He created a system wherein the common people had access to pulses, cereals, cooking oil, sugar, salt, fuel, and fair sorry fuel, salt and fuel at fair prices. He has granted permission to common people to sell their food grains in the market at a common price or at a fair price. Okay, at a fair price. Alauddin Khilji granted permission to farmers to sell their whatever they were growing on that time. To sell that food grains, he had granted permission to the farmers, okay, at a fair price. Similarly, he established markets to sell horses and slaves. How we have markets to sell vegetables and food grains like that. Separately, he built a market to sell slaves and horses. Okay, he built a separate market to sell horses and slaves. He established a market to sell horses and slaves. Next point, he appointed a higher officials named Shan Mandi. Okay, he appointed a higher officials named Shan Mandi to regulate the markets. Who were the regulators of market during Alauddin Khilji's period? Shan Mandi. He appointed higher officer named Shan Mandi. Shan Mandi. Shani Mandi. Who were the regulators of market? Shani Mandi. Okay. Next, severe punishments were accorded to cheaters during his period. Severe punishments were accorded to cheaters or to the thefts, okay, or to the thieves or to any cheaters. Okay, he had given severe punishments. Okay, so that's why severe punishments were accorded or given to cheaters. This is about market reforms. Okay, now we have discussed about administrative reforms, administrative reforms of Alauddin Khilji, military reforms of Alauddin Khilji, and market reforms of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, this is about total. This is about Khilji dynasty. Okay, here in Khilji dynasty, only some points are very important. Who was the founder? See, once again I will repeat. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. He founded this Khilji dynasty in 1290. So from 1290 to 1320, the Khilji dynasty ruled Delhi. Okay, so here Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty, but he was a man of mercy and soft-spoken. So that's why his Sardars or lieutenants plotted or planned to murder him. Finally, Alauddin killed him, and he became the ruler of Delhi or Sultan of Delhi. Okay, who was Alauddin? He grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji and grew up. Okay, he grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji, and when he was grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji during his childhood days. Okay, Alauddin Khilji grew up under the protection of Jalaluddin Khilji during his childhood days. Next, he was a good. Next he became a good warrior because he provided all education to Alauddin Khilji. Jalaluddin provided him. Okay, so he was like a guide and mentor to Alauddin Khilji. Okay, so that's why this Alauddin, by getting all that trainings and quality education from Jalaluddin Khilji, he became a good warrior. Okay, so that's why he was a good warrior and served as the Governor General and also military center. Okay, like that you write. Next, after Alauddin Khilji, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak ruled Delhi, but he ruled only for 4 years. Okay, after Alauddin Khilji, his son Qutbuddin Mubarak ruled Delhi for only 4 years, but he was killed by his own soldiers, Khusro. Okay, after this, Khusro also killed by Haji Malik or Tughlaq. Okay, which Tughlaq? Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghazi Malik was Ghazi Malik. Ghazi Malik, this Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay, this Khusro was killed by Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq with that Khilji dynasty ended and Tughlaq dynasty started. Okay, so next we also discussed about administrative reforms of Alauddin Khilji and military reforms of Alauddin Khilji and market reforms. Okay, so you guys uh, read once again the chapter, and in next class, first I will give you some 1 mark questions and 2 mark questions and 3 mark questions. Okay, 1 mark question, 2 mark question, 3 mark questions at the beginning time. Later I will continue Delhi Sultans. Okay, with that, with this totally this Khilji dynasty completed. This is about Khilji dynasty. Okay, in next class we will discuss about Tughlaq dynasty. Okay, first successfully we have discussed about Ghulam dynasty or slave dynasty in Delhi Sultans. Second, who ruled Delhi? This Khilji dynasty from 1230 to 1290 to 1320. Okay. Next, after Khiljis, who ruled Delhi? These Tughlaqs. Okay. So that's why in next class we will discuss about Tughlaq dynasty. Okay. So if you have any doubts, means ask in your personal WhatsApp, ask your doubts in personal WhatsApp group, and try to understand the concepts clearly. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll meet in next video.